And welcome back to part 3 of 4 of the Star Wars The Tides of Change campaign, Ashes to Ashes. And it looks like the boys come out of hyperspace, right outside the nav buoy that goes to the core worlds. Waiting before them is a small gaggle of starcraft, one of them being a freighter with a docking clamp on the bottom. It's an Imperial customs frigate that has been modified, and 3 interceptors patrolling around it. And you guys are receiving a helm.
Yeah, so Vitar, after getting the initial analysis that this is a Black Sun operation, flips the comms over. This is the Star's End. This is Space Taker. With whom am I speaking?
The comms crackles to life as you guys are... I mean, you just entered hyperspace, so the comms are kind of scrambled a little bit as it's trying to find purchase. And then all of a sudden, a gentleman inside the frigate pops up, and he's a bald gentleman, very scruff-looking. He's got a scar running over one of his eyes. And he's like, "This is Riggett, with the Imperial frigate Clamsor. What brings you to this space?"
I'd ask you the same thing.
Ah,
The
well,
Black Sun operating out this far?
this is our space now, and so is your cargo. If you would so kindly as to make this easy and turn your engines off and lower your shields, we will be boarding you momentarily. You kind of see behind him on your screen, you see several armed pirates kind of eagerly just glaring at you through the monitor.
I'd like to run his face against my client database.
All right, go ahead. For that, I'm actually going to have you roll a computer use or a knowledge underworld, your choice.
Okay. All right, and what's your...
The difficulty is going to be 3 purple because you're doing this at a moment's notice and you are in a hurry.
I'll do that.
Now, as a friendly reminder to everybody, you have 1 light side point and I've got 2 dark side point.
And let's see. Was the perception roll from before? Was that was us coming out of hyperspace, right?
Yeah, that was right. You did the scanning. You do have an advantage that you can pass to yourself.
Okay, take a boost. Computers check.
Oh, you nailed it. Yeah. This is a well-known pirate who got his fame in boarding vessels, robbing them of their goods, and murdering the entire cruise. He's known as the Ghost Ship Captain because he leaves nothing but empty ships. He has no intention on leaving you guys alive.
Understood.
He also doesn't negotiate.
That's fine.
Now, you have advantage. You can describe to me a tactical advantage that you may have noticed, or you could pass on a boost die to the next person who goes and recover some strain.
So, yeah, I'm like, I raised my hand outside of the viewport and waved Peter off. This is,
like wave him away?
Yeah, I wave him away. This isn't going to end well. Like, and then I reached down on the bottom side of the console, and I hit the man stations button.
Oh, okay, I like that, yeah. So, meanwhile, in the engine compartment, the Wookiee growls in frustration and goes, "Will you just leave me alone?" Grodd, what's your response to this?
But I'm trying to be friendly here. You're a cool guy.
And all of a sudden, the red light above you starts flashing.
And I turned to the Wookiee and I was like, that means we should get to our stations.
And he motions the engine. Good thing I'm here.
And I say, see you, buddy. And I take off I take it, I'm going to the guns.
Yeah, the gun is actually located right on top of the cockpit. There's a little ladder behind the stairs that goes up.
And, yep, I make a beeline to the gun.
So here this guy is communicating with Viatar. And the door to the cockpit opens, and there's yellow flashing lights in there. And he just sees a guy climb the ladder up to the turret. He's like, "Ah, you've made your choice then." And comms cuts off.
Like, yeah, guys, this is the ghost pirate. We prepare for evasive maneuvers.
All right, so we are going to get into this. I need you guys to roll me initiative.
Vigilance, right?
Yeah, you guys are doing vigilance because you were caught off guard. Oh!
Oh, no, wait. I had
You need to reset that.
yeah. I had the 3 die in there.
Oh, you jerk. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, re-roll that, God. Well, no, because what we'll do is we'll just say it was 3 success. I'll go change that. Oh, it looks like it automatically calculated it. It, like, pat your head and...
Okay. All right,
And then one other person needs to roll.
that'd
All
be
right.
me.
So,
Yeah, so 3 success.
first up is a PC. Now, if you click on the character sheet of the ship, you should be able to see what your range is on your guns. And you can do so by opening up the character sheet for it, going down to weapons. It's close range weapon. And Grodd is currently there, so I'm going to put Grodd's name in there. So, you can't fire unless you can move 2 range bands. Now, you could do that if the pilot were to go first and you spent some system strain, you could potentially fly 2 bands.
Correct. So, yeah. So, I will take the first maneuver. I'm going to close the distance.
Now, are you going to spend system strain, or are you just taking the 1 maneuver?
I'll do the system strain. I'm going to give, because we got an interceptor, and then PCs take position after that. So we can handle 1 interceptor if they're going to get there. I take an incidental. I look over it here, and I'm like, you got to figure out something to do. And then I'm like, I calm Grodd, and I'm going to put us as close as possible to be ready. And I tap the R5 unit and prepare for evasive maneuvers, and I will take the system strain on the ship to maneuver 2 range bands.
All right, so since you're taking the evasive maneuvers action and you're moving in, what is your guys' silhouette? I didn't even check that. The Star's End silhouette is 4. So yes, it is capable of doing the evasive maneuvers. Now you have 1 defense up front, which means that's a setback die against you. And now it increases the difficulty by 1 since you're taking evasive maneuvers. And you are also spending system strain?
That goes against them, right?
Yeah. So if they attacked you, and the difficulty was 1 purple, it would actually be 2 purple now.
Okay. All right. Okay. And yeah, and then and that's for everybody, right?
Yeah, with how fast your ship is, you could go 1 range band as a movement, and then spend system strain to go another.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We'll put it that way, and put the system strain to maneuver 2 range bands. And I am going to attempt to put us on the, what would be the, on the bottom side of the map between the
Go ahead and move it.
Okay.
Yeah, click it and move it wherever you want. There you go. All right, so
yeah, put us on that.
Next up, the interceptor that you're approaching closes its distance, flies right for your front, and goes bow, 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 and just opens fire as its blasters come screaming at you.
So, alright.
Oh my.
Oh, so a personal note on that, then so the vehicle sheet that's actually on the character tab is not the one I need to be looking at, right?
Well, yeah, you're a pilot for the most part. You don't really need to know that unless you're running repairs or trying to maintain the damage of the ship. Your skills are going to be off your character sheet. But I made it a separate character sheet so that everybody can control it and everybody can look at it.
Understood. I was just double checking because none of the other details popped up on my sheet. So that's the reason why I was asking if there was a separate card that I need to look at for details.
Right.
So, okay.
All right.
All right.
So
2 purple and then
2 purple and 1 black against you. I'm just looking at this right now. Awesome. So it fires its forward-mounted twin laser cannons. Ooh, if this succeeds, it's going to hurt. I'm just letting you know right now. But your boost here is definitely going to help. Let's see him roll. Oh my goodness. Alright, so the threat generated... I'm going to let you guys narrate the threat. Because 3 threat, I always say that you could have something bad happen to it without it blowing up. You can't just say it blows up. But what happens to this ship?
Okay, so where I have the ship, the stars in position, is I picture the ships actually being like the interceptor actually being kind of below the line side of the freighter, and I positioned us so that we're more like beside the freighter, and as he shoots, it actually it misses us and tags the freighter.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll give the freighter an additional setback die on its turn because it's taking friendly fire. Okay, we've got a PC slot up. It could be here or it could be Grodd. Grodd, would you like to fire guns? Or here, would you like to take a look at the list and see if there's anything that you want to do with the computers to try to benefit this fight? And that's Starship reference number 2.
Why don't Grodd, you go ahead, brother, and try to figure something out. Yeah, you good, man.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna fire at that the nearest what was it, M3 and the interceptor there, and see what happens.
All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to roll a gunnery.
Yep.
And you're firing against the interceptor, which has 1 defense because it's flying right to you. So that's a black die and 1 purple.
All right, let's do this.
Big baby, make it big. Good God, I hope Grodd's sober.
I hope he's not, because he operates better when he's drunk.
He's got a little bit of the DTs going on here, but nothing he can't handle.
Okay, so we're gonna have to re-roll that because it's just 1 black and it's 2 purple. I'm sorry, 1 black, 1 purple. So you have to reset the roll.
That's what I had. I have 1 black and 1 purple on here.
Let's take a look at your sheet real quick.
It looks like 1 black and 3 purples.
Yeah, to me it looks like 2 black, 3 purples, but it could be because...
Yeah, that's what came up, but...
Right.
Yeah,
So your die pool has some... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm showing 1 black and 1 purple, and then I went down and hit on gunnery, and...
Interesting.
That's 1 yellow.
You know what? I think I know what happened.
What's that?
That's exactly what happened. Okay. Try the roll one more time.
Alright.
I didn't realize that if I have stuff in my DMs... Dude, I can actually just set your difficulty and have you guys roll. That's awesome. Good to
Really?
know. Yeah, I could just do it for you.
Alright,
Yeah,
let's
I
try
thought we
this.
discussed that before, but
Let's try it again.
And I did fix the Destiny pool, by the way. I accidentally hit the wrong button.
There we go.
Nothing. Okay. That is a wash. So you fire your blasters, it hits the fighter, but the fighter's shields are able to withstand the blast. Next up is here. Here, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to use my leadership skill to add fire discipline to the group. That's going to give them... I mean, it's a whole giant thing. The next crew member firing a weapon aboard the ship can add a boost. And if I can do a bunch of other junk. It's a three purple leadership or discipline check.
Okay.
So I found that in the book. That's about the best I can do for y'all. By analyzing their tactics and looking at their plan, I make a plan for us. I don't know what that plan is.
Be sure that you can also look at the handout I gave you, because it's got all that stuff, so you don't even need to look in the book. So in the handout, Starship reference number 2.
Okay.
It actually, you still did good. Fire discipline, so that's excellent. So if you succeed, you'll add a blue to the check. Each additional success grants this to an additional crew member. In addition, the crew member can spend 3 advantage to allow every hit from shipboard weapons to inflict 1 system strain on their target. So
that's going to give y'all a bit of a boost.
So go ahead and roll your leadership.
All right, here we go, baby.
Success! Yeah. There you go. So you get a blue die. And you can only affect 1 person because you only got 1 success, and I imagine you want to affect the gunner, right?
I will indeed go to Grodd.
Excellent.
May the force be with you, brother.
All right, well, this isn't looking so good for me. The frigate, after taking a shot from the friendly fire, is going to take a setback die, of course. And it targets its guns on you. You actually see it turn on its heel and spin around. Oh my. It does not actually fire on you. Instead, it decides to fire its tractor beam.
lovely. Get ready to rumble.
I have you now.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
No, actually, I will fire on you, because firing its tractor beam would be rather silly right now.
Funnier things have happened.
And I'm going to go ahead and spend a dark side. And boost its roll, because the gunner... Oh, okay, so it takes 2 system strain. And it does succeed with an extra damage.
Okay.
Great.
We're okay for right now.
I love your confidence. Your teammates don't sound so confident, but...
They gotta understand the ship.
So the damage that you take is 7 total damage.
Okay, so armor's gonna soak 5 of that, and
Yep,
we
so
take
you
2,
take-
so we're at 26.
Yep, you take 2 damage, and I'll go ahead and mark that now. There, that little tiny little red sliver, that's how much damage you've taken. So the ship rumbles as the blasters find purchase and go through the shields. You hear in the engine room going as the Wookiee angrily protests.
Stay with it, buddy. Stay with it. All right, so you got 2.
All right, so following up, these interceptors are actually going to come around for the flank. Okay, at the top of the turn order, anybody can go. You're in a prime position, so if you would like the gunner to go and use his blue boost die, he can fire at whichever ship he wants.
Yeah, yeah. God, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Suggest
thinking of
you take out the
Let me know when you're
one
done.
with the tractor beam and the boarding party.
which one. So it's the big freighter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the gun onto the big freighter in the middle.
And I got a question. Can I have the astromech actually help with like a targeting check?
Well, he's already
Let's
getting
see.
help.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's see that. Let's check our Starship Reference Guide and see what we can do for you. Is there anything on there that you think you could roll that would benefit? You're already broadsiding it, which means that it doesn't have a defense rating on that side, so that's a good bonus. And you've got a blue die.
Got a blue die. All it would do is, I mean, with the droid tapped into it, he normally would give a boost die anyway. So regardless of whether it's piloting
Yeah,
or the gun.
absolutely. So 2 boost die. I just didn't know if you wanted to maybe try to use the droid to jam the computers.
No, right now I think Grod's on the right track here.
All right,
And
2.
you get-
So I'm going to go ahead and input your modifiers and then make sure your die pool is cleared. And then
Yep.
I'll just input the modifiers in the dice pool over here. So you've got 2 of these, 1 of these.
You're putting the blue in too, right?
Yep, go ahead and roll your gunnery.
All right. And
Oh my goodness. Holy cow.
Oh, took 'em
All
out.
right. So how much damage does your weapon do?
The damage on the weapon. Let's see where to go. Dorsal turret mounted twin laser cannon.
Damage 5.
And
It's a crit 3.
it's also linked.
Yep.
Does anyone
linked
remember what
one.
linked means?
Can't use that crit though.
Target that-
Yeah, absolutely. You can pop a crit. Which means now we get to roll on the critical
Oh, yeah.
wounds table for the ship. So first off, you said the damage was what, 5?
5,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, so you take 8 damage. Or it takes 8 damage.
Yeah.
Its armor is 4.
It takes 4 to the side of the hole.
Decent little chunk out of it there.
Big
Now,
clearly-
theoretically, the pilot could keep on flying if they wanted to. Like, you could make this a chase scene, or you could try to take these guys out. It's entirely up to you.
I would say we head to the planet. That's what we should do. We should.
Yeah.
I'm looking over it here. I'm like, yeah, I'm not an idiot. Let's get out of here.
So I need you to type /roll space 1d100. Or actually, there is something on your character sheet down in the lower part of combat that has a critical thing, so you could just roll that.
You want me to roll it?
Yep, absolutely.
Combat. Where's it under combat, right?
Yep.
I'm not seeing the critical.
Should be right at the
Where's-
bottom. If it's not, then...
I got signature abilities, force powers.
As far as it goes there, James.
Alright, let's open up.
Should be able to just
It should be under Starship Critical, under... Oh, it's on your ship, on the vehicle sheet.
Oh.
I'm sorry. So you could
Oh.
just click Roll Critical. Or you could move over to your vehicle side and do it, but... Go ahead and roll that critical die. I'm going to let you do it. So on your character sheet under the vehicle tab, there you go.
Yep. Shields
90.
down.
Oh, baby, that's loving it.
Oh
Shields
my
down.
goodness. Yep, so it now has no defense. Excellent. It's going to have to try to bring those back up. So that's great. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We have another PC slot here.
Wait, you
Yeah,
got an
VTOL.
interceptor, right?
Oh, no, it's the Interceptor. I'm sorry. We have 3 PC slots total. That was the one that just went. So the Interceptor that just attacked moves into another range band, opening fire on you as it goes.
Okay, so he's at my front then.
Yes, he passed over you.
Okay.
Absolutely. And actually, he's firing at your back to front, so that still affects... It's still the same. Okay, here it goes. Nothing, it just goes... Da-da-da-da-da-da, and flickers across the console. Your ship shudders a little bit as this Interceptor goes... right in front of the cockpit.
Alright.
Alright.
Hold them together, baby.
PC turn.
We're gonna push the Interceptor and take 2 more system strain, putting us 11 on the system strain, and we're closing the range. Actually, I'm gonna go.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misread that. My thing was delayed. It looks like it did succeed. Yeah. It did lick it.
Right. Are you doing? I can't remember. Is it 4 or 5 damage?
It's 5 damage, so your armor's
Okay,
4, so you take
armor
1
4.
damage. Yeah, 1 damage and the system strain.
Oh, you said it was 6. Then it would have been 6 damage, right?
It's 1, because his weapon does 5 damage. He got 1 success, so that's just 5 damage. Yeah, so you're at 3 wounds so far and 1 system strain.
Actually, we should be at 5 system strain because I doubled range band twice.
Yeah, you're right. I see what's happening. Okay, hang on. We will fix that.
So as Car repositions them further out and away from the cluster, it might Grodd keep trained on those guys. We're gonna try to push it for the planet.
Aye, aye.
Alright, so I'm going to move everything over so it's a little easier for us to imagine the ships kind of in hot pursuit. This is what we're looking at so far. So if we keep heading to the right there, you will escape. Next up is here.
Alright, so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to head over to the co-pilot seat. I'm going to jump in there, strap myself in, and be like, alright, we're on the run, sir, let's go. And I'm angling the deflector shields. I've always wanted to say that. So I'm going to take our shields and angle the front deflectors towards the back, since we're on the run now, and give us a little bit more defense on the back.
Right.
Absolutely.
Do I need to make a computers for that?
To boost the shields, you have to... Oop, there's an echo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To angle the deflector shields... Well, it looks like the pilot can do that. Not pilot only. Oh, there it is. Move 1 die shields. Yeah. Now, do you want to try to boost your shields? Because you could roll a difficulty 3 mechanics check to try to do something. So, because you could use your maneuver to angle the shields and then roll that.
Oh, well, I can't. I'll do the tactical leadership check thing. That's much. I can't use a computer.
All right, go ahead.
So yeah, we'll do that one again, and help Grodd aim by telling him where they're coming from and everything. So that's 3 purples with the leadership. They're coming from behind, Grodd. Prepare yourself for battle.
Hang on one second.
Wow.
Aye, aye.
Try that one more time.
On the difficulty for leadership.
I will let you keep all those successes, though. I just need to see the failures rerolled.
Oh, did I not do it right?
No, go ahead and do it again. There was numbers in the dice pool. I forgot my dice still affect it. So just roll it one more time, but I'm going to let you keep all those successes because that was amazing.
Like every single die rolled a success.
Yeah, so just roll one more time. You don't even have to change anything on your end. There was stuff on my end.
I clicked it and it didn't go.
There it goes. Yeah, that's still actually pretty amazing. So if I'm going to let you keep the successes up top, you got 5 successes and 3 threat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
wow. Good job. That being said, I'm actually going to grant an incredible feat. You're going to be able to inflict an extra system strain for every success, and I'm going to give you 2 blue die instead of 1 blue die.
Excellent.
Feel the love.
All right, next up is the frigate, which comes in after you and decides to close the distance. It is not going to let you get away. And it is fast enough to do it, so it's right on top of you. Right on your ass, this frigate's like... And it decides to open fire.
So, hey, I had a question. You mentioned about being able to switch the direction of the deflector shield, but that's an actual action for anybody, right?
Not the pilot.
It's
specific. Yeah, I think that's a co-pilot thing.
Would it be like an incidental type kind of thing?
It's according to your reference sheet, it is a maneuver.
Right, okay. So I've already taken my maneuver, so yeah. All right.
And he goes ahead and rolls his attack on you against some extra defense. And fails. He is going to pass on the advantage die on to the next interceptor, though. However, unfortunately, these interceptors are the ones in the back. One of the interceptors moves forward and tears into you. And hits for 5 damage. So you guys take 1 point of damage.
Alright, so we are now at
4. Yep. And it takes a system strain, which is not good for those because they don't take much.
Have much. Yeah, they're thin on the system strain. So if I can outmaneuver them, they'll be overstrained, which will basically lock their ship down.
Yeah. Now you are in close range with the frigate, and you do have a bunch of boosts your way, gunner. So either the pilot can go now, or the gunner can while he's in close range.
I think we're gonna gun after the frigate there.
Okay.
It's already kind of hurting.
Go ahead and shoot it down.
So I'm going to go ahead and add the difficulty and the boosts and stuff to the roll.
Alright, just let me know when you're ready.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Oh my goodness. And you got 3, which means you do a damage of system strain.
Another crit.
Yep. Roll that baby.
Oh, you know what? You actually get another advantage too that you can pass on to somebody, because I forgot he has no shields.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that gives you an extra. That we'll take out one of those. Yep. So yeah, that's the boost. That's really good.
All right.
Another one, shield overload.
So I went from no shields to shield overload.
And he's got
He
another
suffers 2 system strain.
He's hating life.
Okay, I'm actually going to say that for this fight, so on board his ship, he's like, God damn it, stay still! And he's rocking back and forth. One of his engineers is sitting at a console trying to reroute shields, and the console just goes and splinters in sparks. And just like the guy flies back off the chair like, ah! And the bald guy kind of turns around, looking behind him like, God damn it, someone get that console operating. The interceptor in the back.
Nice shot, Grot. Nice shot.
That's why I'm here.
The interceptor in the back flies up behind you guys, trying to fire at you.
Keep it together, baby. Keep it together.
Unfortunately, you've got your shields pointed in the back instead of the front, so he's gonna... Okay, he takes 2 system strain.
Alright.
So he's pushing his ship past its limits. The pilot is being buckled into the seat as you're nearing the gravity of Tatooine, and he's just like, ah! And he's firing his guns, and a little overheating symbol shows up on his console, and he ignores it as he continues to try to rail on you guys. Meanwhile, it just looks like a swarm of bees at this point, all over you.
I'm like, everybody strap in, we're breaking planet.
Alright.
And I'll take the additional system strain, and we'll break the range band.
Yeah, I just count that 2 range bands. That's fine, yeah. Alright, so 2 more system strain. At this point, the ship is starting to have problems, and the Wookiee is freaking out.
So I'm gonna have the R5 unit start running a diagnostic and letting me know where we're having problems.
Yeah.
I could put him on pilot and let him nav us down, and I can start working on fixing the issues. If we're close enough to break the planetary atmosphere there.
The R2 unit kind of beeps back at you that he's got a process that he can run once, and it'll recover some hull integrity, it'll recover some system strain, and it'll recover a critical hit, so he's wondering if he should continue.
Yeah, I have, it's not that hard for me to switch between common or basic and binary. I slipped into binary and is having a conversation with the R2 unit or the R5 unit, like, yeah, run it. Give me a status check afterwards.
All right, so roll your mechanics check with a 2 purple. And before you hit roll, let me clear my dice pool. So I'll do the 2 purple for you.
Sounds good.
I'll give you a boost since you're letting the robot do it with you, and then go ahead and roll your mechanics.
Back up. And did you already add the boost?
Yep.
In there?
I added the boost and the 2 purple.
Okay, hold on. Come on down. All right. Well, the only reason why I'm asking is that I don't see it, but let me sync my pool with the GM.
It's on mine. You won't see it.
All right. So you need me to do mechanics, right?
Yep. Jeez. Okay, I'm going to take a little political liberty here, if I may. All of a sudden you hear the droid go, whoa! And the ship just goes, boom! This blue fire streaks out the back as he not only repairs some of the strain, and I'm actually going to take 3 of it off, and I'll let him heal 1 whole integrity, but what actually happens is he ends up boosting the engine, and you guys go flying towards the planet, and all of a sudden your helms is beeping again.
Like, okay. Retard looks over, pats the droid, presses the comm. All right. This is Stars, man.
The comms is really staticky as you're flying out of range, and you just hear, won't be the last, and then the comms cut off.
As they're entering planetary, Retard puts together a a hollow recording, transmits it back to the freighter, and it's basically got this like Joker-like grin, and it starts laughing at him.
Yeah, when the bald guy gets that comms, he just punches his console, and as he hits it, sparks fly out, and he kind of flinches. But yeah, you guys rattle and rumble your way into the atmosphere, coming in for a landing, and all of a sudden you hear the radio crackle to life. Mos Espa landing dock. Stars End. Break your approach. You're approaching too fast.
I've got this. Calm down. Don't throw your gyros out.
Well, you know what? If you don't slow down right now, you're not gonna be able to land at this facility. You'll have to find somewhere else.
Slow it down, Vital. We don't want any trouble now. We've made it through the trouble.
Make a piloting check with 2 purple as you approach at a very high speed.
2 purple. And now we're going with planetary or space? This is
space.
Planetary, right?
Go ahead and do space because you are flying in fast.
All right.
Okay. Did you add your die pool? I see what happened.
Oh, did we not clear it?
Click on it one more time.
I thought I cleared it, but okay. All right. I cleared it on my end.
Just click pilot, and I've got the 2 purple. All right, so that's all I needed you to re-roll was the successes. So 3 success, and you have 1 advantage. That's why that ends up being with the re-roll. So that's plenty. You end up breaking the sound barriers. You come through the cloud level with a crack.
Oh.
The bottom of the ship starts to heat up a little bit, but you end up slowing down, and the hangar recontacts with you, and he's like, all right, enough shenanigans. We've got a busy spaceport down here. You don't want to get fined upon arrival.
No, we don't.
All right, so the ship kind of comes down. They open a spot for you at Docking Bay 93.
93.
And you guys come in for a landing.
All right, so I look to the R5 unit. I'm like, run a second systems analysis.
Yeah, it beeps at you in compliance.
And just when you get it, just go ahead and send it over. And I give him my implant comlink frequency so that he just call me direct. And
Absolutely.
I'm like, I go back to the Wookie. I'm like, you want to come with?
All right, so you go back to the engine room and you slide the door open, and there is steam busting out of just about every pipe in there. He's like, trying to bandage it up. His fur is burned in some places where the steam just blasted him. And when he's like, oh, you want to come with us? As if nothing's wrong, he just glares at you and gives you this dark look.
I offered to let you fly.
And he starts in protest as the door's shut.
Alright. I'm like, man, help is hard to find around here. I tell you, everybody wants to complain.
Everybody wants to complain. I love that. Okay, and we're actually going to take a break here. This is the end of the 3rd hour. We'll start the 4th hour up next, and we'll see where our party goes now that they've made it to Tatooine safely, I guess you could say. I wasn't anticipating that insane boost. And then we'll continue our 4th hour and wrap this puppy up. Now remember, at the end of the 4th hour, we will be doing our type changes, and then I will post them on a vote as soon as the videos hit YouTube. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.